Next boss we're going to be doing are the Season Hydras. All you got to do for this boss is make sure you get 3 levels of quick reflexes. If you do that, you'll be perfectly good to go. All you're going to want to do is make sure you learn the Hydra's perfect guard times for their headbutts, either through the dojo or this boss fight, and learn how to dodge them. Wait for 2 of the firestorms from him, and then switch it to winter, and then just stand right here. This spot is completely safe from the laser, no matter where he shoots the laser from. So it's a completely foolproof method of staying away from the laser, and you just have to pay attention to the Hydras, and every time they attack you, you perfect guard, and then attack them a little bit, and then just repeat this action over and over again until you win. That's the entire fight. It does get very boring at points, but it's just what you have to do, and you'll get there eventually. That's basically all the advice I have. Definitely invest time in learning the P-guard times. Otherwise, this fight is going to be a nightmare. As you can see, we're already almost done with one of them. Make sure you use your potions whenever you have the chance. And Blink is a good asset to have in case you're in a tight spot and need to move away quickly, either from the laser or one of the Hydra heads coming after you. But this is the entire fight, and it works the same way for both magic and melee. You're going to want to stay in this corner for most of the time, otherwise it might take a little too much moving to get to the other Hydra, which can make it a little annoying. Drink your potions whenever you can, like I said. Once you get to the last Hydra, all you're going to want to do is move away. He should stop doing his laser after they're all dead, and then he'll just constantly charge you. So you're basically done at this point. All you have to do is know how to perfect guard him, and your entire fight is done. You know, perfect guard in between his headbutts. Make sure you know how to properly do this. I personally like to stay away because it gives me a little bit of extra time to think about when I need to press my shield and react. So it's I just prefer it. Some people like to stay up close and attack him, like from here. I just think it's a little more risky because you have less time to decide what you want to do. You know, if your shield does break, all you gotta do is use Blink to get away from him, or just run and he won't be able to hit you. Once he's the last Hydra left, it's really a very, very simple fight. Now, I believe that should have been fast enough. Oh, not quite. So, yeah, this fight is kind of iffy when it comes to double S-ing it. No damaging it is simple as long as you get the perfect guard times down, but double S-ing it is a little more tricky. Simply because it takes a long time. Might have been because I was a little under-leveled here, actually. I was only level 16, and you can see my mage characters are a much higher level. But I'll show you how to do this with magic now anyways. It's basically the exact same fight though. So it is a little bit boring, but what can you do? Like I said, wait for the 2 flamethrowers to come at you, run away from them and switch it to ice as soon as possible. and then you just use your abilities, which you're going to want for mage specifically. You know, get your quick reflexes maxed out. Make sure you have Snapcast all the way up. If you don't have Snapcast all the way up, you're wasting a lot of potential damage in this case. And that's basically all you need. Oh yeah, I'm just going to move my buttons. For some reason, they move around a lot. It's kind of strange, but... there we go. Also a lot easier with magic because you can literally, I mean, if your magic is ranged, which most of them are, you can stay in the exact same spot for the entire fight, which is useful. I like to buff myself as well. That actually might have been what I needed for melee. If I wanted to get the double S, because I didn't have the Empower spell equipped, and that might have let me do just enough damage to actually kill the boss quicker. Don't take too many risks. You know, don't keep your attack charged when the Hydra's about to get up and another one's about to charge you, because making sure you don't mess up your P-guard is the most key important thing in this entire fight. If it does break, just move around and use blink to wait for it to recharge. Oh, see? Instead of charging there, I stopped because I saw the Summer Hydra was getting ready to attack me. Didn't want to risk getting hit for no reason. You know, wait here and power up myself. Oh, I used the wrong ability. That's fine. That worked. I did a little bit of damage. And now the Summer Hydra is dead. Only have one to deal with now, so using potions and such is a lot safer. You can also save your mana and empower yourself more frequently. Oops. Because you don't have to worry about getting hit by another Hydra while you're distracted with one. You can also use focus to gain some of your EP back quicker if you really want to make sure you get as much damage in as possible. You can do it while he's down, in fact. So now I have a lot of EP. I'm going to potion, empower, face him, and then that can do a lot of extra damage for you. So there he goes. He finishes his final charge, and we shoot him. And so this is the entire fight. Hopefully that doesn't go down until we get to attack him again. Unfortunately it did, but what can you do? We're still doing a lot of damage, so yeah, make sure you don't lose yourself in your focusing or your potioning. You want to make sure you're topped off, but you also don't want to risk dying, especially when you've come this far in the fight. You don't want to get too cocky. Unless, of course, you're very familiar with the fight and you're simply trying to get the double S time, in which case it's probably fine. Hopefully that does some good damage to it. You can go in and get some quick melee taps as well. That'll do, that little bit of damage can help. It's never a bad thing. There we go. I recommend using, yeah, see, it's hard to get the double S unless you go very quick with this, but it's significantly easier in normal mode. In fact, it's far easier in normal mode because they have way less HP in normal, so it's a lot more difficult to get the double S in a hard mode. But anyways, you're gonna want to have one of the good shields you can use, like I was using, is I think it's called Winter's Guard, but the fact that it freezes the Hydras just gives me extra time to attack them, which helps a lot. So that's one option. And yeah, basically the entire fight is perfect guard, perfect guard, perfect guard, and then constantly attack them. That's all you really got to do. So as soon as you get that part of the fight down, you're golden. Anyways, that was the Hydras with magic and melee.